Today we're celebrating Summer Solstice, longest day of the year, the height of summer. We celebrate the life within and around us. It's easy to get caught up in the fun, wonderful plans for the delightful summertime events with friends and family, but it's also time for reflection. We recognize that it can also be a time of underlying sadness at this time of year. It's so fleeting for one thing. We are aware that from solstice on, the days begin to shorten and the wheel turns. Plus, we are always very aware of the social and political problems and concerns which have never been more pressing. And we would be obtuse to gloss over the fact that many of us have personal issues and worries that we simply can't ignore, no matter how many terrific plans we also make. We may feel conflicted between celebrating and demonstrations, between joy and anxiety. So it seems we stand at a sort of crossroads, a complexity of feelings and desires, goals that are in a tug of war for our time and energy and attention. Today, we want to focus on this crossroads, think on it, meditate on it, face it, and find creative ways to meet these challenges, both individually and collectively. Then we'll use these insights to create fabric squares to put together to make a banner for our community when we have a wall to hang it on. Today, we are also welcoming a new member to our family, another new beginning, making our circle wider, more creative, happier, healthier, and enriched. Also, those of us who attended the April 9th Helios of the Muses ritual will have a chance to report in on our progress on goals and oaths that we made then. I would also like to do a land acknowledgement that the land that our building resides on belonged to Indigenous people, that the land was taken from them. We never want to forget this and the debt that we owe them, even though they did not believe in the land belonging to them, rather they belong to the land. We never want to forget that. Today, we also want to acknowledge Juneteenth, which is actually tomorrow. That we celebrate this actual historic date of it. We fully acknowledge our privilege and reinforce our commitment to dismantle colonialism in all its many ingrained facets, as we are able to do. We will continue this work. We will light our chalice today. On this longest, first actual day of summer, the sun is as high as it's going to get. From here on out, the days get shorter. But right now, it's the time for vacations, garden parties, cookouts, and camping trips. At the same time, we know that a lot of summer melancholy and worries exist about families and jobs and getting things done. We worry about politics and social justice and the climate and. But here, gathered together as friends and family and congregation, we will celebrate and look for balance and wholeness, compassion and comfort. And so we light this chalice for all that it encompasses. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Today we honor Prometheus, who made humans stand upright as the gods did, who gave us the gift of fire and the skill of metalwork, who loved us more than those Olympians, who gave us hope when we were assaulted by the evils of the world, who was always a great friend to mankind. And he is our patron of the year. Hail Prometheus. So at the height of summer, the street trees stand tall, and their leaves are fully grown and green with chlorophyll, turning sunlight into food. breathing in carbon dioxide and breathing out oxygen. And when it has been days since there has been a rain, like yesterday, the leaves may be dusty. And when the air is filled with smoke or pollutants, like ozone alert days or from wildfires in Canada, the pores of the leaves may be clogged. And like a tree, we may be feeling dusty with thoughts or worries, or have pores clogged with the pollution of unkind words or disturbing events. So to purify today, we'll be coming around with water, and like a tree's leaves being washed by the rain, imagine these sprinkles of water carrying away the dust and opening your clogged pores, letting worries and concerns fall away so that you may be truly present today for our work. So now let us take a deep breath and stand or sit tall like a tree, firmly planted and rooted in the ground. Breathe in deeply and feel that oxygen travel throughout your body, feeding your brain and energizing your cells. Breathe in again and send that oxygen energy through your trunk, through your core. And on the next breath, send that energy down to your feet, extending it further like the roots of a tree, through the floor, through the soil, through the water table and the bedrock, reaching and going further still. Breathing in and reaching further and further with your energy through the mantle, through the outer core, all the way to the inner core of our earth. Breathe in and mix your energy with that of Mother Earth. Take what she offers you and then begin to pull it back up into yourself, back through the outer core, back through the flowing mantle, back through the bedrock and the water table and the soil and through the floor and into your feet, back up into your trunk and into your core. And then take another breath and feel that energy radiate out from your core. Feel it flow into your arms and your hands and your head. And imagine the sun beating down on your hands, sending its energy to you, warming the hands and the top of your head. And let yourself be open to receive that energy of the sun and even further from the stars beyond. Bask in the flow of light and energy from the sun at its peak. Feel that energy flow through you, mixing with your own energy and with that of the earth. Feel yourself filled with energy, balance between the sun and the stars and the earth. Take a deep breath and feel grounded, roots planted deeply, filled with energy for the work ahead. Blessed be.
Now we are going to do our circle by each of us taking a daisy. Kitty will come around and you can tear a daisy off the stem so you're not having to take a whole big bunch.
Yes, you just want to pull a flower off.
The energy of the sun brings forth flowers and the earth is summer as a garden.
Pull off a flower.
To demonstrate our connection to one another, we'll cast along flowers together one custom. We will then each pass our flower one at a time clockwise around the circle, so that each person receives a new flower, and then passes theirs to the first one in the back. As you do, please look your neighbor in the eye and say, "May you thrive in the loving kindness under the light of the sun."
Okay.
May you thrive in loving kindness in the light of the sun. May you thrive in loving kindness in the light of the sun. May you thrive in loving kindness. May you thrive in this kindness. May you thrive in this kindness.
May you thrive in loving kindness, no light.
May you thrive in loving kindness in the light of the sun.
And our circle is cast.
Okay, so if you fix your representation of Earth where you want it, I can see tangos are in order, maybe. We will welcome in. We will now welcome in our elements. So if you rise as if you're able and if you'll face the north, we turn to the north, welcoming in Earth, acknowledging the heat at the core of our living planet, the stability of all foundations, the life that grows abundantly, the brotherhood of all creatures. Welcome, Earth.
Welcome. We turn to the east, welcoming in air, bringing in the warm summer breezes, the sounds of play and of music floating through the air, the billowing clouds with occasional summer storms. Welcome, air.
Welcome, air. We turn to the south, welcoming in fire, hailing flames and campfires, exercising caution with dry underbrush during summer's heat, enjoying the warmth of passion and friendship. Welcome, fire.
Welcome. As we turn to the west, welcoming in water, recognizing the cool waters and rivers, enjoying the rhythms of ocean waves, quenching our thirst from summer's heat, and welcoming the rains that sustain our gardens. Welcome, water.
Welcome, water. So today, we are welcoming 3 additional deities to our work. First, we honor Hestia, she of the hearth and the home and of hospitality. Who represents truth and balance, She holds providence over many domains. We ask you to please attend and watch over us today as we celebrate the sun and try to find balance in our lives between joy and sorrow, beauty and pain, and calm and tranquility. Help us to make a home that will shelter us and those we love, so that we may be of service to those in need. Hail Hestia.
Hail Hestia. We also welcome Helios today. Helios, Titan god of the sun, guardian of oaths, and the god of sight. We ask you to watch over us today as we enter summer and seek for increased clarity of vision during our search for balance and equity. Hail Helios.
Hail Helios. We welcome Ma'at, daughter of Re and Hathor, who represents truth, balance, order, harmony, and justice. We beseech you to be with us today as we try to find balance in our lives between joy and playfulness and responsibility and social justice. We ask you to guide us today as we walk our pathway. Hail Ma'at.
Hail Ma'at. The body of our ritual today has 4 parts. First, we'll welcome a new member into our family. Second, we'll share updates, if we have them, on our progress with the goals and oaths we set on April 8th for the Helios and the Muses ritual, or on any goals that we've been working on. Then we'll have a meditation on where we are in this summer solstice crossroads. Finally, we'll use those insights to create artwork on cotton squares that can be used in a community banner when we have a place to put things up. And finally, we'll energize those squares and ourselves for the oncoming season.
It's been a while since we've done a new member ceremony. And today we want to welcome Jennifer. Oldan. Okay. We welcome Jennifer into our community. And so when we do that, we first repeat together the mission covenant of our congregation, and then the 7 principles of the Unitarian Universalist Association. So Devin, if you could put them up on the board. Whoop, go back one. And I'm going to stand back here so I can see them. Okay. So if you'll stay with me. As an earth-based Unitarian Universalist congregation, we of the Gaia community gather to honor the inherent sacredness of nature in a family-supportive environment where diversity of belief and lifestyle is respected. We care for the earth and each other because our lives depend on it. Our mission is to provide a spiritual home and point of connection for those seeking to celebrate the fullness and healing power of nature of which we are a part, honor the divine in all forms, manifestations, and genders, take responsibility for their spiritual growth in the context of shared ministry and democratic decision-making, model and teach sustainable living in both an urban and rural context. In so doing, we will reclaim and reintegrate earth-based spirituality and paganism that they might be restored to their rightful place of dignity among the family of religious traditions. We covenant to strengthen our community of joy and caring by treating each other with loving kindness, celebrating each other's growth, accepting each other's limitations, honoring each other's unique path, and by welcoming all who share these values. It's been a while since we've said that together. It feels really good.
Since 2018.
So this is the 7 principles plus 1, the 8th principle that Gaia Community adopted sometime back. I don't remember the date. So if you'll say these with me. We, the member congregations of the Unitarian Universalist Association, covenant to affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of every person, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, acceptance of one another, and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations, a free and responsible search for the truth and meaning, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, justice for all, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are part, journeying towards spiritual wholeness by working to build a diverse, multicultural, beloved community by our actions and accountably dismantle racism and other oppressions in our cities and our institutions. Thank you. That's for the end.
That's for the end.
So Jen, if you are in agreement with those things, we invite you to come up and sign our membership book. Yep. Let's see.
Page ready, right there.
Yay.
Pretty long. Yeah. Yeah. And we also have a gift for you.
Keep track of board. So we often give hugs, but it's up to you. Yes. Thank you. Yay, Jen! Oh, did we forget one other thing?
What's that? What?
A name tag.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's you. Yes. Okay.
But not so long.
Apart. You're crafty. Yes.
Mine has disappeared. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, well, we'll have to make you a new one.
I might need a new one.
If you wish, I took a pen and added my pronouns to it. That's true. If that's true.
All right.
Okay, I think we're ready for
the talking about Helios and the Muses.
During the Helios and the Muses ritual in April, we made oaths and promises or goals to work on, and today was the day of accountability. So if anybody has anything to report, I will start off.
So thank you, everyone, for sharing. Good talk for all of us. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of meditation after we've shared all our progress of what we've done. So as we've said, today is a day of celebration. We celebrate the summer solstice, the longest day, and the shortest night in the Northern Hemisphere, when the sun is seen at the height of his power. We celebrate a new member, Jennifer, joining our community. We celebrate projects undertaken and progress made. We celebrate that tomorrow is Juneteenth, also known as Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Black Independence Day, and Juneteenth Independence Day. And it celebrates the end of slavery in the United States when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865, 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed, and told the state's residents that slavery had been abolished. At which point they broke out in celebration, and now that celebration is a federal holiday. But in the midst of celebration and looking out at the issues besetting us in our country, in the world, in our personal lives, we may feel conflicted between celebrating and demonstrations and joy and anxiety. So let us journey to that crossroads to find a pathway to joy and creativity. So I invite you to let yourself sit comfortably in your chair. Take a breath, feeling it filling your lungs, letting it relax your muscles and joints. Noticing any discomforts and shifting to make them less. You may keep your eyes open or let them close, whichever is more comfortable. You may listen to the sound of my voice, or let your thoughts wander as they will. You can let the noises of the room become part of the experience. So take a deep breath, another, and another, and imagine that you are on a path. This could be a path you've walked before. It could be one you're creating in your mind right now. Real in the world. Or a place that never has been before. What does the path feel like under your feet? What is the surface you're moving on? And as you move along the path, what is the landscape you're in? When you look to the left, what do you see? When you turn to the right, what meets your eyes? And as you move, notice any sounds you hear. This path leads to a place where many roads meet. Take a breath and move along the path until you notice a signpost standing tall up ahead. This is the crossroads where many paths meet. Many of these paths you have already traveled. Let yourself imagine these paths radiating out from the center of the crossroads. A path to your right is the path of daily problems and activities. Take a look down it and see the things that might get in the way of your joy and creativity. The must-dos that take your time and energy. What things are those? How do they affect you? Are they things you find joy in doing, or just drudgery? Do they make you feel resentful or glad? A path on your left is the path of societal issues. Take a look down it and see the things that might be producing anxiety in your mind or heart, or calling you to take action. What are those things? How do they affect you? What emotions do they raise in you? Are they things you can work to change? Are they things you need at this time to ignore? Turn back again to the right. This path, another one, shows you the seeds you have planted this year. The things that have awakened within you. The projects you may have started. How are your seeds doing? Have they sprouted? Are they looking healthy? Have you been able to water them with your attention? Or are they growing along quite well? Across the clearing on the left is the path of things bearing fruit. The things you have planted that are now coming to fruition. What things are those? Are they things you desired or things you would prefer to get rid of? How do the things you see on this path make you feel? Do they need more attention to continue to flourish? Or do they need to be cut away? Turn back again to the right. This is the path of changes. What shifts have you been making that feel like they might end up being really significant to your journey in the future? What changes have you chosen to make? What changes have been thrust upon you? A path on the left calls to you. This is the path of favorites. What has made you feel alive this season? What were some of your favorite life-giving moments? Where did you find joy? When did you feel creative? What were the things that nurtured your soul? There's a path directly in the center. It is one you create. How do you proceed from here? Let yourself visualize a way forward. Perhaps it is a way of major changes. Perhaps it is a way of balance between musts and wants. And perhaps someone stands at the beginning of that path to guide you. accompany you, or answer your questions. If you wish, take a moment to converse with that person. Let that path become clearer. It is time to take a step down that path you have created. Your first stop on the path will be at Gaia Community to paint fabric squares. Remember what you have learned about yourself and your paths while visiting this crossroads. Breathe deeply, and when you're ready, take a step onto the path. Slowly move forward to arrive at this time and place here at Gaia Community, ready to create.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're glad you joined us and hope you enjoyed it. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, now we are going to go back. We've got 2 tables set up with finished squares. I was only able to construct about 13 of them. About half my grommet tools have gone missing, so I couldn't put grommets in the corners of them.
But that should be plenty.
But that should be plenty. They are they're double-sided, so that I would recommend that you try to go as light on the application of paint as you can. Whatever you want to design and put down to document today, or whatever your ideas are, artwork talent is not required. There are temper paints craft paints on both tables. On this table, I brought in my good paint brushes. So if you use paint brushes, there's water on all the tables. There are little dishes. On the other table, there are blue plates that you can use to mix your paints. Please, if you use a paintbrush, clean it out with water. Please do not load so much paint on it that it goes into the ferrule of the brush, because that's hard to clean out. Just use paint on the tip of the brush. And if you can use the paint so that it will be dry enough for me to take them home when we're done tonight, that would be good. So heavy application of paint is not recommended. There are plastic aprons and little squares on it. I brought my own apron because I'm a slob.
There's also fabric markers that are like pens. I haven't ever used them before, so that could be interesting. And in terms of what you're creating, we're looking to put these squares into a banner, and because they'll have grommets on them, different pieces can be mixed and matched at different times. So we hope that they'll express part of you and part of what you love and things like that.
I brought like scrap fabric and ribbon.
Yes. Whatever you want to make is fine.
I don't know how much glue we have.
I have a container of glue.
Oh, okay.
I brought thread because that's what I'm going to use. But I was going to say, I think you have a needle. Yes. I'm going to use, but I have glue.
Yeah. No, whatever you wish to use. Okay. I meant to bring colored pencils and picked up the wrong box. And what I brought was acrylic paint, and there's paint out there, so I don't have colored pencils.
And there's some fabric paint that I haven't opened yet, but you can in tubes, so you could pour some on a tube and
in the
on a plate.
white box is more tipper paint, craft paint, and some fabric paints. I have no idea the condition of some of them. They may not be any good. So if you open one and you can't open it, try another vial. Or if you want to mix paint in it, water in with it to thin it down, that's fine. So
we think we'll have about like 20 minutes. Do you think we can get something done in that time?
Yeah, we should be able to get something done.
And that'll take us to 5:30, and then we'll energize our stuff and close out the ritual.
Okay?
Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is raise some energy around our squares, and what I have is the song that is most, that I think about when I think about the sun. So, let's see. Sunshine, let the sun shine in, oh sunshine in. So put some energy into our sunshine, let the sun shine in, oh sunshine in, let the sun shine, let the sun shine. They're just lovely. So, it is getting close to 6.
Yes, it is.
So we need to do things fairly quickly. I
Next Sunday is the second of the patron nomination rituals, and it will be
Morgan.
And I thought they were in here, but now
They are an Inky and Athena.
Okay.
Yeah. And General Assembly starts this Wednesday, and now are your delegates.
That's right.
And we thank Mott for balance and helping us get through what we need. And we thank her for her presence. Hail Mott. Hail Mott.
We thank Helios for being with us, for guiding our steps, and for directing us towards balance. Hail Helios.
Hail Helios. We thank Hestia, she who is first and last. She is the hearth and home. May she continue to protect us. Hail Hestia.
And she's still lit.
Yes, she is amazingly. And we also thank Prometheus, our patron of the year, for his ever ongoing support. Hail Prometheus!
Hail Prometheus!
All right. So, let's see. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Ah, hey, 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 oh, oh, oh. Ah,
Thank you, elements. All right, so the last part is the closing, and it is
Let's form the sacred amoeba.
and we'll all say it together. By the earth that is her body, and the grove that is his home, by the air that is her breath, and the music of his song, by the fire of her bright spirit, and the heat of his passion, by the waters of her living room, and the dew that is his tears. This circle is open and unbroken. May the peace of the gods go in our hearts, and the dance of the gods in our days. And may we care for the earth and each other, because our lives depend on this. Merry meet, merry heart, and merry Thank you.